Welcome to Drinkin Bros, presented by StrikeforceEnergy.com. Put down the water and grab a fucking drink.
Hey!
Oh, boy.
Hi, Ross.
Matt's wearing a black shirt.
Hi, Matthew Best. How are you?
I'm fantastic, Ross. I got a cup of coffee, some water, and a fucking good attitude.
You know what?
I have a super hot dude next to me that I'm really excited
Super
about.
hot dudes. Like we're all the
look.
hot
I
dudes,
heard.
you know.
Is it a rollerblader? Is that what I heard, Jared? Does he rollerblade?
Professional downhill roller skater. Thank you.
Roller
it's not
skater.
a blader,
That's right.
it's a skater.
Have
you got
ever,
that
have
brown
you ever done
suede.
inline skating?
You know, I have to admit that back when I was like 7 and 8, like Cool Blade, rollerblades, that was cool, man.
So you've done a flip though on skates, right?
Done a flip. Yeah, I was more of a stair kind of guy, because you could do that by the schools and pick up girls.
Oh,
sweet.
damn.
In like the 5th grade.
I don't want to say this, but I was locally sponsored as a skater in 7th grade, so I'm kind of a big deal because I could land a 360 flip like it was going out of style.
You're
Wow.
That's all I had.
Wow.
Seventh grade was my year.
No, could you really? Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm not fucking around. I skated pretty crazy back in junior high school, and then I fucking snapped my foot in 3 different places, and then I called it
Yep,
quits.
We all did that.
Yeah.
Matt, did you just for the record, just to go on the Drinkin Bros record,
Shut up.
did you just tell
Yeah.
Travis Pastrana that you were sponsored?
I wanted to assimilate. No, yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest
Yes,
today on
yes.
Drinkin Bros. Travis Pastrana is in the house. Yes,
Hey, guys.
Yay!
Dude, just so I can say it publicly.
You can't see it, but I'm giving you a standing ovation.
I
over
am
here.
happier than the star of a Tijuana donkey show that just got a lunch break.
You really
Has
are.
anyone seen? Now, time out. I know this is going to stop a little bit, but
No, it's
has
good.
anyone actually seen a donkey show? I have. Oh yeah, my friend saw it, or a
I
friend
have
of a
not.
friend.
I have
Like,
not
no one
seen
has ever seen one.
On
I've never
video,
seen
I
one.
have.
I have been to a donkey show. It is not as
Whoa!
attractive as you think it has. Yeah. It's terrible. It is absolutely horrific, by the way.
You have personally. You're not making this up. Just for the. You've personally been to one.
Personally, went to one. I'll even take this a step further. I'm not going to out who this was, but it was one of those things where my buddy was going through a breakup, and he was like, "Let's go to fucking Tijuana." I had just moved to LA, never been to Tijuana before.
No wonder he's going through a breakup.
Yeah. So you're like, "Fuck it, let's go. It'll be awesome." There's a Carlos and Charlie's and all this other shit. The donkey
And
show.
how do you stumble upon a donkey show?
I think
So
you have to get
here-
tickets.
No,
Yeah, you
here's
have
what
to, like-
happened.
Okay.
At Senior Frogs, I asked the bouncer and I said, "Hey, where the donkey show, whatever?" And it was like, "Oh yeah, we can take you." I get in the back of a station wagon, like an old 1988 station wagon that they said was a cab. It wasn't a cab. It was like this guy's mom driving us. We go to
mom
this.
drove you
to the donkey
So an
show.
old Mexican woman, an old Mexican
To the donkey
woman.
show, and I mean they go, they do the whole thing with the donkey. Like the donkey's not into it. It only goes in for maybe 4 to 5 seconds. It's not a lengthy period of time. It's not like, oh wow, he's really getting railed by this donkey for like a good hour and a half. Like that's not going down. It only goes in for a few.
Were there was there
pumps.
like foreplay before it just stuck it in, or was it
Or is
like
the girl
full
like
penetration?
is the girl playing with it or what?
No. She kind of dances around like because the donkey's not real into it. So like she dances
Was
around
it like a donkey fluffer, like a female donkey?
Exactly. That's exactly what it felt like. And she dances around for other people. You can tell that it's this show. They want
So
you
it's
to
like a
stay
snake
longer.
charmer for a donkey's dick.
Exactly.
almost.
Exactly. And the total insertion of the donkey is not long at all. And then they've got
Do they
a
have
girl
one of the
shooting-
stoppers on there or whatever?
What is this?
No, but there's another girl distracting the audience because
The only reason I
look,
know that it's a stopper because the dude died on that. Remember they talked about it? It's like a horse
Yeah,
stopper, so only
yeah.
like fucking 12 inches of the dick
Yeah,
goes in there.
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like,
I
It's
wasn't
probably
that
safer
close
if
to
you
it.
have a stop. If you have a stopper,
The fact that you know about the
yeah.
stopper.
because the dude died.
Yeah.
That was like the thing like 10
that
years
was
ago.
Mr. Hands.
Yeah, Mr.
That,
Hands.
that video.
See?
You never saw that?
No.
He tied himself to a fence post to get banged out by a horse, and then he died.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
his boyfriend was watching.
Oh man.
his boyfriend was watching.
The horse's boyfriend or his?
No, his
Yeah,
boyfriend.
The horse is
Like,
super
his,
traumatic.
His
It's got
boyfriend
PTS
helped
now.
him, and he just goes. You hear him? He's like, "Ugh," and then he just that was it. Like he just
That
went-
died.
fateful day.
Yeah.
He died.
Yeah, he died.
This woman,
Sorry, I
this
feel like
woman
we're
at the
off
donkey
topic.
show
I
lived.
apologize.
No, this is great.
No. This is Drinkin Bros, Travis. This is what it is. So the woman at the donkey show lived. My buddy gets so fucked up at the end of the night. He tries to get cocaine, gets popped by some undercover peeps. We got to pay him off $300. He crawled across the border at like 4 a.m., Worst city I've ever been to in the entire world. And the last time my once and only time I've been in Tijuana. That's it.
The more
so
you
you're welcome.
know with Ross Patterson. I like that.
The more you know.
The more you know.
The more
Yeah,
you
dude,
know.
I gotta
Look,
say, I'm super fucking amped for you to have in the show. I've watched your shit forever, and you guys are fucking great, and it's a pleasure to have you in the Black Rifle office.
Dude, right back at you guys. It's been a lot of entertainment over the last year. I'll tell you that. Watching you guys.
Oh, I see all you guys, you and Jared making all these fun videos and stuff, and I'm like, damn it, I'm always missing out on the fun.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Well, the first time I met Jared, we had a hand slap contest. We had a few drinks.
Oh,
and,
shit.
And it's the first time I thought, you know what? Like, he doesn't look like that much, but just the whole military thing kind of, I'm so glad I won. I got to slap him because I was like, I just broken a few ribs the month before. I'm like, dude, I might die right now.
He can. He won that punching bag game in a bar. You know where you hit it.
Yeah, Jolene won the punching bag game too, though. Actually, never
okay.
mind. She probably hits harder than I do. So
I heard she can hit.
yeah, she can.
so a woman and Jared both won the punching bag game. Seems
They were in the same
little
category.
Suspects.
I tried to high kick it and slipped on the ground. Not
That
gonna
was a
lie.
fun night.
I was
That
in
was a fun
sandals. I
night,
was
though.
drunk. Fuck it.
Fuck it. But fuck it.
Like a donkey. tied up.
But
But-
fuck
Comma,
it.
horse,
Well,
Comma.
Travis, since you're new to the show, we got a couple sponsors who actually pay for this fucking thing to be on the air, which is shocking. Damn near shocking. I mean,
you
we just
guys
spent
have
the first.
sponsors?
Yeah,
I
super
know.
shocking.
Awesome.
I know. The first one is one of Matt Best's first sponsors in 7th grade, StrikeforceEnergy.com.
Fuck off.
StrikeforceEnergy.com is the tastiest, tiniest little tin pouch of energy you could possibly ever have. Kick the can, kids. You don't need the can anymore. You don't need Monster anymore. Throw it out the window. Keister it. StrikeforceEnergy.com is a subscription. It goes inside of every liquid you could possibly imagine. It's better than 5-hour energy. It is the energy of the future. Astronauts are using it from Russia, so you know it's good. Go to StrikeforceEnergy.com. Type in the promo code Drinkin Bros. You get 20% off. They have a prescription or a subscription, either one. I need to be prescribed it, of the Month Club, which we all have, and they ship anywhere in the entire
They should
world.
call it a prescription rather than a subscription service. I like that verbiage a lot
really
better
should.
because they're prescribing you a better fucking day. You know,
Oh,
BFD.
God damn it.
not
You're
a big
right, they
fucking
are.
dick, a better fucking day.
Oh yeah,
Not
right, they
definitely.
are.
When somebody
be
has
confused.
pitched me a BFD before, I never thought a better fucking day.
Define
Yeah.
pitched.
Pitched.
They threw a dick at him.
That's what I was.
Yeah. They threw a dick at him.
generally, it's generally an awkward conversation in a corner of a Russian bathhouse in Seattle with Evan.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting
Russian bathhouses are huge in Seattle.
It's called Vanya
Huge
5.
there.
It's called Vanya 5. You should go there. It's amazing.
How you come up with that? I
A
don't-
guy will hit you with branches. What do you mean how I come up? We went.
Oh, really?
Yeah, me and Evan took me.
Shut the fuck up.
Have you
Vanya
been to a
5.
Have you been to a bathhouse, Matt?
What?
You've never have?
We talked
never
about
have?
this when I went. I have. Yeah, maybe.
This guy hit me with olive leaves on the back.
Yeah,
Well, Evan
bathhouses
stared.
are real, by the way. There's some in L.A. Everybody goes. There's like a Turkish bash house in L.A. for
Wait,
like
are we
50
talking like
bucks, everybody goes.
prostitution bathhouses?
No, this
Oh,
is like
well,
no,
a
I've never.
there's
Russian
both.
bathhouse.
Oh, I've never been to a bathhouse then. I thought we were
Okay.
talking like how many girls can you sleep with on Climagra and Viagra?
No, Evan was making me go into like an ice bath and then a super hot bath and then an ice bath and a super hot
I mean, that
bath.
sounds real gay.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I'm not
Hey,
judging you for it, but it sounds real gay.
No, because
Yeah.
it's your bath.
Yeah.
You know
it
what
is.
isn't
Your
gay, though,
bath.
is our next sponsor, GhostBed.com. GhostBed.com. They make the finest mattresses available. They're used in bathhouses across the United States and Russia. So you know they're good. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. First of all, kids, it's the greatest goddamn sleep I've ever had in my life. Secondly, I've never made love to a woman like I have on a ghost bed. Type in the promo code
That's
Drinkin
because it
Bros,
was your
you get
wife and you
$50
love
off.
her, and she's better than everybody else that you've ever. She's the only one.
Yeah, but
It is.
Yeah, but it wasn't as dirty as when he did my wife.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
God.
Boy. We
That
got a
was a
lot of
past
emails,
episode you
Jared,
just said.
about the Destroy My Wife, Please episode. There was a lot of tears. People were grateful. There was also some sadness. Like someone was like, I would never give my wife up to get destroyed like that. I would never give my wife up. And it was like,
Fucking
why are
brutal.
you emailing me about it? I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Is that episode live yet?
Yeah, that is live, and the people were asking about the PTSD beds. Where can they donate? Is there a site where they can donate to the PTSD beds for your wife? So that episode is live. Good thing she doesn't listen to it. But go to ghostbed.com and get yourself a comfortable night's sleep.
I'm gonna leave right now, and I'm gonna go listen to that.
Yeah. Boy,
God, it was
Matt,
dark.
next up we got Ready Man. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, we got fucking Ready Man. It is run by Jeff Kirkham, which is a survivalist and prepper, kind of. Pretty much an all-around man brand. They have everything from fitness to survival cards, which are these awesome contraptions that you take out, put in your car, and they can pick locks. You can start fires. I'm pretty sure you could take care of that Russian in that bathhouse, Jared, if you need one. They got a card for it.
Yeah.
They also do a lot of stuff with Josh Tyler, who's a fitness expert and MMA fighter. It's just fucking awesome. So if you want any survival tips and all that goodness, it is readyman.com with 20% off with Drinkin Bros, obviously. The same fucking time every day.
Every single day. Next up, we got A Night She Cries While He Rides a Steed. Matt, give me that horse noise. Please give it to me. Oh, boy. The first ever romance novel for dudes. The funniest book ever written by the greatest author of this or any generation. Thank you, Matthew. Ross Patterson. A Night She Cries While He Rides a Steed is available on Amazon.com, Audible.com, Walmart.com, all the .coms you can name. It's the funniest book ever written. Go get it. You'll love it. Last but not least, Black Rifle Coffee. Jared Taylor. Give us your best, Evan Hafer.
Drink.
Love it. I love it.
No,
I love it.
I'm going to give some love to Article 15 Clothing, which is our apparel company that started all of this. It's art15clothing.com. We got a bunch of cool new designs with shirts going on out there. And
Got a new baseball tee coming out.
yeah, we do. So
Yeah, we got a new baseball
some
tee.
shit.
I got an article.
Look
15
at
flat
that.
on
Yeah,
our-
you have the only
that.
one.
That's the only one.
Yeah.
Ah, sweet. You can't buy that.
on
Sorry,
the,
guys.
On the
Yeah.
America bus.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Which recently did a
We did a parade.
It did a parade.
Yeah.
What kind of parade?
That was St. Patty's Day.
Oh.
But I don't know. I felt like American flags were great.
American flags
Yeah.
are great for any parade or festival.
Exactly.
Like if we're celebrating the Irish, you celebrate America. There's a lot of Irish immigrants that made
are.
America possible today. So fucking A.
Yes. Exactly.
All the way.
Fucking
Right?
A.
Yeah.
And look, guys, we have arguably the greatest professional motorsports competitor in the history of the world, Travis Pastrana, on the show today.
Shit, can I meet
Travis,
that guy?
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you, Travis, for being on the show. You might be
thank
the
you.
most famous person we've ever had on the show.
don't
We had
have to lie
Jared's
to me,
dad
man.
on a
You're-
couple
you're-
weeks ago.
Jared's dad.
Oh.
I think yeah.
All right. I'll take that.
Well, yeah, we've had Jared's dad on. How many X Game medals have you won, Travis?
It's a good question. I think I've won 12 X Games gold medals.
Holy
damn.
shit!
That's double dig.
Yeah.
That's a double
Man.
dig. Yeah.
That
I don't
that
have
is
any
a
medals
double
in
You
life.
dig.
need a
That's
big.
impressive.
You need
I
a
like
big.
it.
You need a big case for all those medals.
Yeah.
You really do. You really do. I'll never forget. 2006 was the double black flip. Am I correct?
The double black flip. Yes.
The black. That's Black Rifle. The double.
Yeah.
I'll never forget where I was, Travis. By the way,
Where were you?
I'll never forget that.
Do we want to know where you were?
You actually do. I was mid session love making with my lady, and then I heard you were gonna do it. And I looked up from the TV and I was like, "There's no way this motherfucker's gonna do this." And then you did. You did. I was
Come
in
on,
Los
this is
Angeles in a
such
bedroom
bullshit
in Los
right here.
Angeles.
Come on.
Dead serious.
Did you release the second he landed that front tire and
I
rear tire
didn't.
landed?
No lie. I shoved the girl. There was somebody I was dating at the time. I shoved her off of me, and I was like, "This fucking guy really just do this?" And then I watched. It was on TiVo because TiVo was hot in 2006.
And then you never got a date with her again.
Yeah. She left
ever
you
again.
forever.
But that was one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my entire life, and I knew it was one of those moments in sports where it was just like, "Oh shit, where were you?" Same with Tony Hawk when he did the 920,
900.
the 900. Yeah, I can't count. I've never.
You know
been
what's
good
funny?
At it.
I always laugh at that one because Tony didn't even win that X Games. The other guy did, but no one will ever remember who won that gold medal that year. I forget it
Probably
was.
Bobby Byrne.
Yeah, it could have been Burnquist or Lassick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But no, that's the funniest part because, the 900, I mean, honestly, the best part about that, and not to jump off subject here, but I thought that was kind of a staple point for action sports and what really separated it from other sports is that all the competitors were rooting him on.
Yeah.
They were all like helping him.
Everybody,
and
yeah.
So the contest ended, and 15 minutes later, he lands the trick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like any other competitor at any other sport would be like, no, fuck you.
Yeah, I won the title. Get the fuck off my ramp.
Yeah, exactly. And
The
they
pipe, whatever.
yeah,
it's
they
called.
just they kept going, and I think that's what's cool about
Well,
action
that's the
sports
same
is-
thing with you and the 360 too. Like, homeboy was secretly planning behind your back to try and get it first, and then just happens to go before you.
No, it's based on qualifying. Top qualifier goes last. I was like, well, that's sneaky. I should have qualified worse. And then he named it the militia twist.
Oh,
Took
what
a trick I invented, named it. Nah, it was good. He landed it though. Good for him.
Yeah, but then you
Hey,
did too.
Yeah, and
Those,
Travis,
those brake levers.
Yeah,
the
you
brake
never
levers were
did it.
bent.
you never did it in an X Games again. Is that right?
No, I tried it in 2005 and I knocked myself out. So I don't remember ever doing it in an X Games again.
Wow, that's
Shit.
crazy. It's just too dangerous, right? It's just too dangerous to do again.
I don't spin well. Like flipping makes sense to me. Spinning dirt bikes I couldn't whip it. I feel like most motocrossers, like the whole staple is like how far upside down can you use your bike. I'm just straight, man. Just let me go forward.
But you were the first one to do it, and that's all anybody remembers, truthfully.
Right,
Where it's
right,
just
yeah.
like,
Boom.
boom. So,
Yeah.
and then in 2009, you had the famous Rodeo 720, in Nitro Circus, right?
Yep. So basically, I figured a 360 was too hard, so I should add a flip to it. And actually, now I've realized that adding 2 flips is actually easier. You just need to go like 100 feet in the air. So we've been talking about this a little bit earlier. We're thinking about putting that together. We got a whole video project. I think is-
Yeah. We have this group. We have a secret project in the mix, Ross.
It's not. Well,
Oh, I'm
Wow,
looking
it's
forward to
not
it.
really- yeah,
I
I don't know how much
we're not going to tell anyone what it is. But,
No,
we
but-
just told everyone that
There's
Yeah,
a project.
There's a
so
project.
It's like
I like to say that the Black
We
Rifle
call it
Coffee.
the Eiffel Tower.
it's like Victoria's Secret. No one knows what it is, but they know it exists. Is it
Yeah.
a dick
Yeah,
or
exactly.
is it something else? Is it chlamydia? I hope it's better than both of those. So.
That's a bad
Yeah, I
contrast
didn't-
there.
yeah.
Wait, what? Your options were a dick or
Well,
chlamydia?
Victoria's Secret. What's
Oh.
Victoria's Secret?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't want to.
I don't want to know.
No one knows that secret.
But
No
I
one
want.
fucking
But
knows.
I want Ross to punish it deep into a ghost bed.
Yo, you know I will. You know I will.
Do you know how many times you've knocked yourself out competing?
Ooh.
I can't remember.
You could not pass a flight physical.
No.
Surprisingly, I've realized that a lot of doctors don't know much about concussions, and it's really serious. And yet we know the bad effects. And Dave Mira, had
CTE.
which is it's gnarly. But at the same time, I've seen guys that get knocked out literally weekly, and are still normal, are still good. They're 40, 50 years old, and they haven't had any trouble. And I've seen guys that get knocked out once, and it changed their whole personality.
Yeah, it's a weird
Go ahead,
thing. I did you watch that Crash documentary, Travis?
I have not seen that. No.
Oh man, that's boy. You want to talk about the dangers in X Games? I mean that was insanity. And they study the brain in that and what happens and what the effects are. And if you can ever actually come back and
Crash Rail. No, sorry. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just met Ty Penny, who freaking took a spill on his head and now is will never be the same.
That was gnarly just to see his
God.
willpower. They're coming through. I just watched that with TJ Lavin. Put together a pretty good piece on that, and it was wild. Very truthful.
Dude, you guys are like crazy too, because I look at certain things and people are like, I could never do the military side of that house, but I'm like, you go in maybe getting injuries or getting shot, but you guys, like, every freaking flip, especially today in motocross, like, has severe consequences if you don't land it. We're talking not like a broken ankle, like my femur, pelvis, and everything's broke.
Yeah, but we don't have anyone shooting at us.
Yeah, but
Like no one's trying to kill us but ourselves.
I know, but it makes it that much more crazier because
Yeah,
it's voluntarily completely to go off of a ramp that's 45 feet.
No,
so
it's
crazy.
overconfidence
Okay.
How
and
many
over enthusiasm.
How
It's
many
just awesome,
guys? How many guys did you see walk away from the sport once flipping became the norm?
Oh, huge. Kerry Hart, when he did the first backflip, it separated from, these guys are just guys that couldn't make it in motocross, to the motocross guys going, yeah, that's nuts. I mean, if you look at like guys like Dustin Miller, Drake McElroy, I mean, going back old school, they were the best in the world and they couldn't figure out how to flip. I mean, now, there's like 12-year-old girls coming over the house that are learning to flip in foam pits, but it's still, dude, taking a 250-pound motorcycle over your head, at a 70-foot jump, you're 40 foot off the ground, like, it's still a big deal.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Fuck yeah.
It's crazy. Hey, and Travis, so walk me through this. You have this huge, unbelievable, illustrious career. as a motocross rider. What made you switch to rally cars then?
With age, get a cage. I was, I was hurt too much. I really was just, I really believed in my abilities a lot more than than I should have my whole life, really. But no, rally cars. So every time I got hurt, I would go, and usually if you have broken ankle or broken wrist, like you could still drive. So I went go-karting, got big into shifter karting and everything, and then I got hurt enough where I was driving more than I was riding, and started beating some guys that were actually really good, and got invited to different places. And when I was 17, I got to drive a world rally car. So like literally had my license for under a year.
So
and
you started driving that early on in your career?
Yeah. So I mean,
oh wow,
$750,000 car. I'm 17 years old, and just
shit, I didn't know you started driving at 17.
Your first like debut with Krusty, you were 13.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. I thought that happened later in life. You started.
Well, yeah, for sure. But I mean, heck, I kind of half retired, more just crippled myself when I was like 18. So I didn't. I was like 19 when I was pretty much done with motocross.
Because you were on
racing.
You were on Leno when you were 18, and you had just done the backflip skydive thing.
Oh yeah, no shoot jump.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No.
Oh no,
you
Grand Canyon,
jumped into the Grand
yeah.
Canyon. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you almost fucking killed yourself
That's
on that one,
right.
right? With Nitro Circus.
Yeah, that's my wife. She's like, do anything you want, just be careful on the like base jump stuff, because I have a tendency to push myself like you do. Like, I mean, most of the people listen to this podcast, but dude, with that you don't get a lot of chances. We lost to one of my best friends, Eric Roner,
Right.
and he did some gnarly shit, dude. All this stuff, and then he hits a tree on a golf course,
Right.
parachuting in, but it wasn't a big deal jump. So it's just like anything can happen, it's tough.
Yeah, that was for Nitro Circus. I'm talking about your instance where you had the chick that always was with you guys.
Jolene.
Jolene, yeah, she's super cool. And then you both on the motorcycle, you did a backflip into the Grand Canyon, but then didn't you have to rotate a second time because you thought the bike was over you?
So we did a couple that day, which it was so much fun. But Jolene, I was like, dude, this will be awesome. We're gonna start the cover of this video is gonna be me, like basically, shirtless jumping in. We're gonna have a girl in the back with Daisy Dukes, and So Jolene's like, I want to do it. I was like, well, have you ever skydived? She's like, no. I'm like, well, we're doing it next week. She's like, oh, cool. Well, I'll go learn. So she learned how to skydive.
What? God.
The week before.
What?
No, she got like 25 jumps in, and it's against what everyone. She's like, no, I got this. I was like, all right, you totally got this. No problem. So we're riding this old beat up motorcycle, and we hit the bottom of the ramp that Crumb and the guys were building, and it pretty much goes through the ramp. So it bucks all weird, and like instead of front end up or front end down, it goes the opposite direction. And Jolene gets stuck. Like, so I thought she was already off the bike, but she's under me, and she's only has a couple skydives, and she's got 10 seconds from the time we took off to the time you impact. So you have 8 seconds, which is a long time. But so I jump off proportionally. So I jump off and I kick the motorcycle over top of her head. So now she's stuck facing the cliff underneath the street bike. And that was the first time.
Is this on video?
Yeah,
we watched this.
Yeah, you can't. No, it's shot pretty well, but it's the first time in my life. I was like, if she doesn't pull, I'm just going in, because everyone told me like she's. You need 500 skydives before you do it. I was like, come on. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, you don't want to live after that and get shit from everybody.
Yeah, it would, I do. I mean, just you kill your best friend. That's kind of that's just, I emotionally, I just drop it in. We're done.
I'm with you.
So she got free of the bike and pulled, right?
She got free of the bike and pulled. Yeah, everything was great.
But then you flipped again. I remember watching that because like, oh my god, because they had the sizzle reel. You pulled probably a second before impact, probably.
Yeah, well, the chute had kind of opened, but not fully. And it was one of those things everyone was like, wear a helmet. I was like, dude, I'm base jumping. Like, I'm either going to die or it's a pass or fail situation. So I have shorts on, tennis shoes, backflip 360, jump off, do a front flip. And then I was like, oh, I got time for one more flip. I got like 4 seconds before I hit the ground. And I thought I saw the motorcycle over my head, but it was just the helicopter that was filming. So I looked back up. And when I looked back down, I was like, I am 1 second before impact. And it takes about a second for the chute to open. So I tumbled down this cactus ridden cliff. And came to the stop right before like a 70-foot, next 70-foot drop. Never been so happy to get cactus up my ass as I was when I stopped at that last cactus before the last fall. It was great. Broke my foot, and I thought, you know what? I should have worn a helmet.
Oh, you broke your foot?
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it's kind of still pass.
And hey, Travis, was it you who did the speed trick where you jumped with no parachute out of a fucking plane?
Johnny Utah did it. How hard could it be, man?
You're the first one to do it, right? No?
No, well, as the United States Parachute Association told me, they goes, look, there's been a lot of dumbasses that have jumped out of airplanes without parachutes. None of them have been stupid enough to post it on social media. So we're going to have to take your license. And basically, it took a while to get it back and some fines and stuff.
Oh, shit. They took your parachute license.
Yeah.
Which most of the stuff that we do is base jumping anyway, which you can't really have a license for. So, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they gave it back. They gave it back.
They gave it back. They gave it back.
How was that?
I
Were
still
you
can't
nervous for
believe that though. That one I cannot believe. Where I was just like, he's done a lot of crazy shit. That one was my topper for me. Where I was like, oh my god.
Whose idea was that? Was that the energy drink company that was like, hey, let's do this?
Red Bull actually, they have almost their wings team. They have almost all the best skydivers. And I came to them with the idea, and they pulled all their skydivers and said, look, because the top head of Red Bull, basically the skydive guy said, he doesn't have enough experience. Like, we can do this, but this guy, don't let Travis do it. Like, we're going to kill him. So they pulled a lot of the top guys. So I had to go with Scott Plammer, MX, like all these guys that basically were ex-military. They were like, well, I don't really, or they were tunnel rats where they didn't need a skydive license. And we got this kid that was like 16 to fly the plane. So he was like, whatever. Like, I don't need a pilot's license.
No shit.
And did it under the radar. So, or not under the radar, but everyone. Anyway, I wouldn't recommend doing that. It was a bad deal, but it worked.
The fucking video came out awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah. Are you watching him crash right now?
I just watched the goddamn Jolene video. Like,
Whoa! That scared me.
Yeah. Telling me.
Crazy, man.
I mean, you've literally had the craziest life ever. And then after rally car, you go to NASCAR. Like fucking NASCAR, man. Like
NASCAR. Yeah.
NASCAR.
I wasn't very good at turning left, but man, it was so much fun.
Is it fun?
it looks fun. It looks fun as
Okay,
shit.
you
Is it as fun as they say?
Way more fun. No, it's not only because you got these tires. They make the cars intentionally. So it's like driving the most piece of junk car ever, putting an 850 horsepower motor in, and then taking all the aerodynamics off of it. So when you're going down at 200 miles an hour, the cars, it has like 1 pound that's on the tires. So when the car goes by the outside, it wants to spin the car. And as soon as it starts sliding, you can't, at 200 miles an hour, like, dude, I do drifting and rally and all this stuff, and you can slide things, no problem. All-wheel drive, I can practically back a car in a corner, no problem. These things, the second they break loose, you can't catch them. Like,
nothing.
Just nothing. I have no idea how Kyle Busch, like, as much crap as everyone gives NASCAR, and like, oh, how hard could it be? They just drive around. Bullshit. Some of the best drivers I ever met. Joey Logano.
It's still
Kyle
even
Busch.
like it's a lot of fucking like
No, it's
stamina.
It's not physically challenging.
You don't
but the
think it's
car
not?
is 30 degrees warmer than, so you lose between 15 and 17
I
pounds.
get winded driving go-karts.
Oh, yeah, you'd have a hard
That's
time.
because you're fat and out of shape.
Oh.
Dude, Tony Stewart's fat and out of shape. He comes out, has a Coca-Cola and a Twinkie, and he's fine. I sweat so much that I was just about to pass out. I stood up after every race. Like, I was in good shape. But I can't lose 15, 17 pounds of water weight. Like, I'd kill me. That's why they're all kind of, a little heavy. It works good.
No shit.
Oh, I should be a NASCAR driver.
Yeah.
You could be.
Yeah.
You did beat me on the track. You were pretty good.
Oh, what was that? It was a F450.
Yeah. It was like
the-
a Formula car or some
Yeah,
shit.
it's the Ferrari like rum.
Oh, yeah.
At the-
rum.
yeah, the rum.
I
It
got
was the one
Rum.
at Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They had like little tracks you can go out there. Or buddy from actually Red Bull, who's the Vegas marketing guy, took us out there and we romped around. It's pretty fun.
Dude, they're a blast.
It just goes against anything from like defensive driving I've learned in the military and stuff. It's like speed and then stomp on the brakes into the turn and speed out of it.
Yeah, the
like,
car outperforms my mind.
And it does differently at speed. Like, what's really interesting, road course. I'm like, oh, I'm going to crush these road courses. Well, at 180, when you're coming in the corner,
Yeah.
you got all this. You can just slam on the brakes. But then at like 30, you've got nothing. Like,
Right.
There's absolutely no downforce.
Exactly.
So like you have to, and then you flat spot the tires. Every time I thought I was making progress, I flat spotted the tires. Felt like Cole Trickle. Your way, my way. Couldn't keep the tires on the car.
So what happened with the NASCAR, Travis? You just got frustrated with it, and you were like, or was it too dangerous? And you're like, I got to get the fuck out of here.
No. I mean, it's not too dangerous. Even the walls have padding, man. It's great. Yeah, it's you got so much. It's really the most dangerous part about it is that you have so much safety. You can't see anything around you. So you're
That Hans device, right? That Hans device
the Hans
is pretty.
and the seats and everything. So you're taking the word for it. You're going 200 miles an hour around like a Daytona or Talladega, and you could be 4 wide, and you're like, okay, the car below me, I know I have 6 inches of room that I can have in between each of these cars, and I'm 4 wide. So I'm assuming the guy to my left is going to be on that line. And a car should be about here. That's why they always, it's like, you can't see anything. Like, well, why'd you come down on the guy? I'm like, I didn't know he was there. Spotter didn't tell me. But
so I mean, I know they had the live feeds and the helmet stuff. Are they kind of coaching you where your position is in reference to the other vehicles and
the
stuff?
whole way. And even, I crashed so many guys my first year. I really pissed. But I didn't mean to. I just come in the outside. So it's like doing a bench press. All you need is like your little 3-year-old to like put their pinky on it and you could get at that last little bit.
Right.
So you're right on the edge and someone comes on the outside of your car. It's got 800 pounds of side force at 3 degrees of yaw. Not that it matters to anyone that's listening to this, but if someone comes over just outside your car and takes 50 pounds off, 80 pounds, 5 pounds off, and you don't see them because you have no idea they're there. And all of a sudden you're in the wall going, what the fuck? So yeah, I was really, I crashed so much just not understanding aerodynamics.
Wow.
So it was cool though. It was fun, man. And the reason to answer your question that I got out, I had my first daughter. My wife, she is an athlete. She's a multiple-time X Games gold medalist. She loves Nitro Circus, to be out there, to be skating. And she was happy. I mean, she supported me 100%. But for her to be on the sidelines and then having a kid and everyone's like, oh, you just raced on the weekends. No, dude, Jimmy Johnson is probably the smartest guy I've ever met. Like, he is at that office. I mean, they're there at literally 5:30 in the morning, and him and Canals are there all day, every day. And when they're not doing that, like guys like Larson, they race, 4 or 5 races a week between go-karts and late models. And I'm like, to be better than these guys that are better than I am, I'm going to have to put in 100%.
Right.
Which I'd love to do as a single man. And it's something that was awesome, but it definitely takes full commitment.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Sorry to talk so much.
Jimmy Johnson,
that's why you're here. I'm not talking because I'm fascinated by it. It's fucking awesome.
Super, super fucking rad.
Yeah,
We roast coffee, so-
Jimmy Johnson's gangster. In NASCAR, he's like the Kobe Bryant. Like, I heard he's gangster about it. Is that true?
Dude, always right place, right time. They know if a cloud comes over, what the car's going to do and what they got to do for adjustments.
That's what I heard,
I'm
man.
Dead serious, man. Those guys are on it. And Jimmy's not necessarily if you put everyone in the same car, like you race the champions. There's like the Logano's and the Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch too. These guys they can drive, man. It's awesome to watch. But you get Jimmy and you have where he can think his way through, man. It's like chess game, and he's good at it.
Man, that's crazy. Here's what I find most interesting about you, by the way, Travis, is today coming on the show, some friends of mine were like, oh, who's on the show today? I was like, Travis Pastrana. And they were like, oh, from Nitro Circus. They only know you from the MTV show, which is massively successful and popular in the movies. They don't even know about your sports career to that point. Was that crazy to you, blowing up on MTV like that?
The funniest thing now is a lot of kids come up, oh, I know you. You were on Rob Dyrdek's show. I was like, oh,
yeah.
Well, wait, isn't that like they said the 3 most popular reality shows were the Osbournes, the fucking, what are those girls that everybody
Kim
likes?
Kardashian.
Yeah, the Kardashians and the Nitro Circus.
No, I wouldn't go that far, but I don't know all the stats on it, but
Somebody told me that, a producer of some sort.
it was probably someone from Nitro.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we're right.
Yeah.
We make up our own stats. It's great.
Fuck it. That's like
Well, how did you
though,
start,
Ross?
Yeah, how did you start it, and how did you pitch it to MTV? Did you have video shot? How was that whole pitch process?
Honestly, it was just a bunch of us trying to figure out how to travel the world with our best friends doing what we love to do.
You told me this story, didn't you? You said Knoxville came in with you guys?
So Evo Knievel died.
Yeah.
And MTV went to Knoxville and said, we want to do a 24-hour tribute to Evo Knievel because Knoxville was good friends with Matt Huffman. All loved Evo Knievel. Obviously, every boy guy loves Evo Knievel. And so Knoxville gave me a call out of the blue, and I was like, holy shit, it's Johnny Knoxville. And he's like, hey, can you pitch me a couple ideas? Like, we got 24 hours to kill on MTV. And I was like, yeah, no problem. So I sent him that afternoon, like, 150 ideas. And he gave me a call back. He's like, can you do any of this? I'm like, fuck if I know, but we'll try them all. He said, all right. And a week later, man, we were pitching to MTV.
No way.
That's a pretty cool thing what you guys did, because that's, I think, with the authenticity of Nitro Circus, you guys were just best friends doing what you love, and I think that's why all of us love
everybody
that show
had a
so
spot.
much. Yeah, it's fucking rad,
dude. It was, and everyone's like, "Oh, how do I get on the show?" I'm like, "Dude, careful what you ask for." Like around my house, like, dude, people, same as you guys, man. You work hard. Like there's a lot of everyone at the house. They all weld. They all run all the heavy equipment. All their own stuff. Like anything that needs to be done.
Because at one point you designed a Supercross track.
Yeah, that was a horrible idea. My math was so far off. It looked good on paper. Numbers, not really my thing.
And then like even Tommy told us his story about how he had showed up that day because you guys were offering a $1,000 reward if you did something good enough to make it on.
That is exactly how we found Street Bike Tommy, and then we kept him because he didn't sue us after he broke himself.
Oh, was that so? That was the first time you met Street Bike Tommy is when he came in and did the jump over the foam pit.
My friend Jim was at a party the night before we were having a film contest at the house for content, and so we had $1,000 for best, best stunt, best crash, whatever. And Tommy's like, I'm more awesome than you guys. I'm the awesomest. I was like, all right, come on over, man. And sure enough, he won the $1,000.
Yeah, if you guys didn't ever watch that Nitro Circus, so Street Bike Tommy goes to jump their foam pit in his
GSXR 1000. So his first gear, he had never hit a jump in his life, and he hits it. And he barely goes in. Everyone's like, "Come on, sissy, you can go twice as fast." So he pins it. That thing does 0 to 100 in like a half a second. He didn't hit it at 100, but he flew a fat man just flying through the air. It almost looks like he's just on strings. He flies so high and so fast.
And he missed the foam pit, and he broke like every fucking bone in his body, I think.
Dude, and he's just, and the funny part was, so Nitro's, it's mostly family. It's all about, it's sports. It's, dude, be a badass at what you do. Don't go, if you destroy anything, destroy your own stuff. Well, Tommy didn't really get the memo, so he goes and he gets in a high-speed car chase with the cops that morning. He crashes a car. It's just like grandma's car, old car. She didn't do it.
Right.
And they film that. And then he puts a helmet camera on. He goes by a cop. It flips him off and gets the cop to chase him and outruns the cop. And then when he's getting medevaced out, the same cop comes by the house and was like, I know. So Tommy got in all kinds of trouble.
He's
and
like,
that was,
karma's a bitch.
Yeah. And that was, it's funny because he's the oddball. Like the rest of us are athletes, and Tommy he's just like, I just don't want to hang sheetrock. And guys, anything that we could do where I don't have to go back to work for my dad hanging sheetrock.
Oh, shit.
And he's still hanging sheetrock, by the way.
Well, he's cooking barbecue now. He came by with the truck.
Yeah,
and
he
served
made
us
us
some
all,
barbecue.
made everybody in the office lunch.
Dude, yeah. No, he's been crushing
it's
it, man.
great.
It's good stuff.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
I think you guys get along so well because Article 15 is essentially the Nitro Circus for the military. Like that's
Without the fucking air and the motorcycles.
Yeah, with a little less broken bones. Like I'll hang on a fucking helicopter on the skids with no safety 100 feet in the air, but I don't need to be jumping off of
You
it.
see, I don't agree with that because like we did something with the Navy. It was really cool, and we went out there kind of to buds. Like they were like kind of took us through, and I'm telling the story, and then this guy's like, "Yeah." So we went into a building. I was like, "Pop, pop, pop," and I'm like, "Wait, hold up." He's like, "Yeah, like I had to shoot people." I'm like, "All right, so I should have shut up a long time ago. You guys are way more."
It's all environmental,
like,
man. You guys are studs.
Is there a sport out there, Travis, that you haven't tried that you want to try
It's from the movie
yet?
Grind. Where he's like,
Yeah.
Do we have visual here? Is there any? Is there a
No.
camera?
See,
We
Jared
need a visual for this whole
consistently
thing.
thinks that it's an. I have to remind him it's an audio show. What was that, Ross? You asking Travis?
Travis, is there a sport
he hasn't
out there
tried?
that you haven't tried yet that you want to try? Because it seems like
Soccer.
you're
He's
going
never
to do
kicked a
anything
soccer ball.
here.
I was 5. I tried soccer when I was 5. I wasn't very good. I couldn't throw, catch,
have you
or
backflipped
hit.
a snowmobile? Because that guy was talking shit.
Yeah, actually, I tried it. My fault. He was talking shit because Frisbee, the first time I was ever on a snowmobile, he doesn't even let me ride it. He sets up the ramp. He's like, hit it. Yeah, just hold it wide open right here. So I didn't make the jump. So I crashed, and I was like, well, shit, if I'm going to crash anyway, I might as well flip. So then I flipped, and I was wearing these. It was like negative 30 out here. It's so cold. I couldn't feel my fingers, couldn't feel my feet. I don't know. My hands blew off, and I'm upside down under like a 500-pound snowmobile. I'm like, this sucks. Why would motorcycles, snowmobiles where it's warm? You guys are stupid coming out here in the cold.
At least be warm when you break your bones.
No,
Fuck that cold
Dude,
shit.
you're more scared when you're cold.
Yeah.
It hurts more when you're cold.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
would you ever want that? That's like the two worst things of what we do.
Why did X Games just start fucking freestyle moto in the winter?
You know how many times
It's
I've been to
horrible.
Winter X Games even to watch? 0. They're like, hey, your sport, all my sponsors, you got to go there. I'm like, dude, riding dirt bikes on ice? Come on.
Go fuck yourself.
Exactly.
So your
It's
dad
too
was
much.
a Marine,
It's too much.
right?
Yeah. and we almost broke him off down. And my dad's he's a tough bastard, and kind of he half the stuff that I do was always, if you say you're gonna do it, do it. That's like it's the only thing. Respect. And if you say you're gonna do something, do it. Like literally, I said I wanted to jump a bridge that was like 30 feet when I was like 3 or 4 years old, and I got up to the top. I was like, I don't want to jump. Kicked off the top, belly flop. He's like, yep. Don't say again. Do it if you don't do it. So we're in a boat. My dad's like 60, 62, 63 at the time, and the boat's doing 80 down in Panama. And Dad goes, back in my day, we used to jump out, and they're like, oh, you can't jump out. He's like, shit, I said it. So he jumps out, breaks his pelvis. Oh! Swims back to the boat. Boat comes, picks him up, and he's just old. His legs just went one each direction. So he did the splits basically. Climbs back, and he climbs in and sits there. And I've never seen him like look like that. I'm like, you okay? Like kind of joking. He's like, nope. About 10 minutes later, he didn't say nothing. 10 minutes later, he just passes out. Internal bleeding, almost bled out. He was in intensive care for 3 weeks.
Dude, I was going to say pelvis, like people don't know, pelvis injuries and breaks are the worst because it's so vascular there. Like internal bleeding is like the number one. That's why like the EMS and all that do those the space pants that contract all your blood vessels.
Well, where were you when we needed you?
Like shit, man, I don't know.
My dad was, and that's the thing. So he just got back surgery, and he goes in for back surgery. He wakes up, pulls his IV, walks back, and gets a taxi on his way back home. Goes straight back to work. They're like, you can't get out of bed for a week. And then he's wondering, like a month later, why his back still hurts. I'm like,
damn, doctors don't know. Like, well,
Same guy. You and your dad are
Tell
the
that
same
son
guy.
bitch. You tell that son bitch.
when he was in, he was in the Marines, and the fact that his gunny, so he was basically building roads and everything, and his gunny got shot in Vietnam, and I wish that guy would have cried. I was like 11 years old. I blew out my knee, had basically broken tib fib, torn ACL, PCL, LCL, bucket head meniscus, dislocated kneecap, bruised femur. Like thought I was dying. Like I was like, this is horrible. And I'm just sitting there screaming bloody murder. Dad walked over to me. He was like, man, I knew a guy that got shot didn't cry that much. Like, stop being a sissy. So I was like, well,
Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day.
Well, I mean,
That's Marine, always Marine.
Because
my father's Marine too, so I feel you on that.
You guys have had strong military, support and ties, and you guys always do cool shit for military guys.
No, it's been awesome, honestly, and just being close to Washington. So many guys that get out of the hospital there, or they even come through and just talking and anything. They always come by the house, and it's cool because we got a lot of 4-wheelers and all kinds of stuff. And dude, I tell you, the most badass guys on the face of the earth are military. They just have such. There were actually a lot of my friends that if they didn't make it in motocross, or like almost all of my family was military. Almost all my mechanics on the rally team, they were all helicopter mechanics, different military. So it's funny that seems to be the common denominator of kind of the personality. Like we're either in racing, or the military. It's just it's pretty rad.
What do your parents think of? What do your parents think of everything you've done in your career? Are they like beyond proud of you? Or is your dad
I believe the
just
first
like,
thing was
way to
probably
go?
how the fuck is he still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, my dad. So I built a skate park when I was 30 years old. For like kids' toys. My dad comes over and his construction company, like just family run, they're all building. They're yelling and screaming because they do concrete, and we're trying to make them do quarter pipes and stuff of concrete. He's like, this is stupid. Charging you double. This is horrible. He's like, you're 30 years old, still making a living on kids' toys. When are you gonna grow up? I mean, he's super proud, but at the same time, how is this working?
But he's got to think it's cool. Like seeing you on NASCAR, he's got to be like, all right, he wins. Like he wins this one, right?
The best part about my family is because my uncle was quarterback for Denver Broncos for 2 years, and has like
What?
Really?
He has a lot.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What's his name? If you don't mind?
Alan Pastrana. It's right when they went from the first year they had like the AFC, NFC.
Yeah. Late 60s, early,
Yeah, 69, 70. So he actually they had a rule change because of him. So he got knocked out on the 5-yard line. They had a chance of making the playoffs. And at the time, the quarterback was the only one that was allowed to call timeout. So his team was trying to pick up his hands
and do the
timeout. Like he's unconscious on the ground. So that's actually, I was the run of my family. I mean, my granddad, Golden Glove boxer, and all through. I mean, they were all wrestlers, all American, everything. I was a runt, man. I'm 6'2", but like I wasn't built like them. I couldn't run as fast as them. And that's why I did. It was less painful for me to be like, all right, the only way I'm going to fit in is if I have a motor. And even if I crash this, it hurts less than getting beat up. I mean, when we did like, basically the football games for Thanksgiving, they always, like, I'd be like 10 and they pair me with like a 6-year-old girl. I'm like, this is embarrassing. This sucks. So that's why I always started jumping off, bridges and flipping off stuff. And I had to do something that wasn't a physical thing. Like if it had speed, it had to be a motor. So that's
got it.
Hence motorcycles.
Like skill sets.
You were born into this.
Physical
You were definitely born into this, Travis. Like 100%.
Yeah.
All of these stories, like they add up to you, to who you are right now.
Well, the best part, my dad. So with my uncle being, and my uncle came back and ended up working construction with the family, and it's just family. Like they never went far enough out of town that they couldn't come back for lunch at grandma's house. Like real tight knit group. Yeah. Not the smartest family, but always there for their kids, and really, really good, solid foundation there. My dad goes, look, he was the best athlete that's ever come out of Maryland, and he didn't make enough money to retire. So one day you can be working construction. Any day you can wake up with a smile on your face, doing what you love to do. He goes, do it. And you never do something because it's for the money, because it's not, no matter how good you get, it's not going to be worth the injuries and putting your life on the line and doing all that stuff. But if you love it, then don't come back and work. He goes, I wake up every day. He goes, don't get me wrong, I'm happy to have a job. I like work, but dude, I just wish I could do what I wanted to do, and go play.
Yeah.
So go play.
Fuck yeah.
That's true. And what's next for Travis Pastrana? Where do you go now? Like, what's you were always we always see you doing crazy shit online and on social media. What's your next big thing?
Honestly, Nitro Circus, man, it's been awesome. My job is safety now, which is really scary. But working with airbags and different stuff and trying to keep the guys. So I'm like, all right, I was able to make a living traveling around the world with my best friends. Now Nitro Circus, we can do that for, we've got now 3 tours kind of going, where we can really take kids, and because action sports right now, it's so hard to get to the top. But, every local town that we go into, we can bring a couple of the local skaters and give them an opportunity. So we got the Nitro World Games, which is out in Salt Lake City. And
This June.
Yeah, thanks, man. So it's basically the World Championships of Big Air. And we caught a lot of flack because what the landings have basically air bags underneath of the landings. Don't get me wrong. You can still get broken. You can still get messed up. It's still, but now they can go so much higher. They can do so much more stuff. So we're allowing the riders to build their own ramps. We're trying to get them to go as high and as big as possible, and we're doing it as safe as possible. And we're open and qualifying. So where X Games is only invite only, anyone in the world can come out. And we have
fucking sweet
2 months where we have all of the training facilities with all the best in the world that are out in Paris, California, and it's open to anybody. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, if you can't make it down the ramp, we're not going to let you go down the ramp. But like, if you have a chance to, if you're a decent rider,
You never know what you're going to find, though.
dude. Last year, a guy learned a front flip on a dirt bike in practice
No way.
and landed it. He broke his thumb, got up after time and landed the front flip, and he could have done a trick that was worth as much as that. But he's like, dude, I just wanted to send it. And like so now we're like, all right, you're coming on tour, because some of the guys aren't great competition guys. They don't give 2 shits what's going to score the highest. They want to do something. He learned a double backflip because we had an airbag out. He's like, all right, I'll just send it, just wide open in 3rd gear, right? 50 miles an hour, perfect. I'm like, yeah, we need you. You're coming on tour.
Send it. I'm just gonna send it.
Send it.
Send it.
Send it.
Well, that was like TJ Lavin's history. He couldn't get into any competition until, what was it, the dirt games or something like that. Was just like, all right, we'll let you compete, and he walked in and mopped the floor with every pro.
That's been absolute. And TJ's backyard, man. If you can make it through there, I mean, I saw you try it on the dirt bike. You had some good coaching there. But
I had experts behind me.
Yes.
I had a whole team. Kit Cope and TJ, they were rooting for me. Shoulder still hurts.
Did you ride the bike?
No. We're pretending.
trying to start it.
Yeah. We couldn't get it started that day.
No. And hey, and Travis, last week, I want to say, I think you're the one who coerced Jared into buying a Ford Focus and putting $80,000 in it.
No, I was trying to get him to buy a Subaru, man. But at the end of the day,
I said get a Subaru STI,
dude,
right?
all-wheel drive. But at the end of the day, I got into today. I'm a Subaru guy. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. But at the end of the day, he let me drive his car today. I mean, actually, he didn't really let me, but I got in, and it's one of those keys that he had the keys on him, so it just automatically. It was great. Anyway, it's got a handbrake, and it just feels so good. So I probably owe you a set of tires. I'm sorry.
Oh no!
Do you guys have some fun? I like
yeah,
it.
we did. We did.
I missed out.
In the black rifle car, you did?
Yeah.
You let him open it up?
No, I didn't do anything.
No, not the other car. Not that car.
No, if anyone saw us, it was not us.
It was. You
The
can't.
giant black rifle on the side
No,
of the
that's,
door.
that's
that
another one I saw going right down the road. It was flying.
Well,
I'll eventually get a Subaru too. Like we'll get we'll get them all eventually. That way, then you can teach me the ways of the Subaru.
Right, and then Ken Block can come out, and you guys can, we can have a
Dock and everything.
How about this? I'll learn the
docking, no
Subaru
docking.
and
Did
be
you
on
say
your
dock?
team.
Oh,
I'll learn the Subaru and be on Travis'
so
team,
I'm
and
Team
you're on
Ken.
your
I'm
team
Team
Ken
Ken
Block with your
That needs to be a
Focus.
video.
Oh yes.
Co-pilots and everything.
No,
Like,
you guys are driving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're the co. You're
Oh
the,
no, that's a horrible idea. I'm a bad passenger.
I won't kill you. You're gonna be fucking turd.
Well, Ross, we're gonna give Travis the Drinkin Bro of the week.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Travis, also, we do this thing called Drinkin Bro of the Week at the end of every show. Somebody that means something important to the
Yeah,
community.
I've
or
never
somebody.
seen you guys. I've never heard you guys show before. I have no idea what this means.
Yeah, yes. So
Thank you for explaining that,
basically-
though. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, look, basically, it's somebody important in the community, somebody important in the world. How about your dad, Travis? You want to give your dad Drinkin Bro of the Week? Why don't you tell us a
Dude.
little bit about him? What was his name?
my dad is Robert Pastrana. He was military. He went from his. I feel kind of bad for him in the sense that my granddad, his father, was Golden Glove boxer. Just badass. So he went from Charlie's son to then his brother became quarterback for the Denver Broncos. So to Alan's brother, and then to Travis's dad. So the man that honestly has the biggest heart of anyone that I've ever seen, although he's a complete asshole at the same time. He loves seeing kids cry, but he likes people to step up. Like he just have a couple fundamentals. Like just if you say you're gonna do something, do it. So if a kid says "watch me," he's like, it better be something better. Like you don't say "watch me" one more time unless you do something awesome. Like it just kind of instills that once a Marine, always a Marine kind of thing. But he instilled in me that, you know what, family first. Do what you love to do. Chase your dreams, chase your heart, follow your passion. Doesn't matter. The money will follow or it won't. But if you're doing it with the people that you love, it doesn't really matter what you're doing. And that's something that I've taken from my dad. And that's why I think he's an awesome Drinkin Bro of the Week because
yes.
I love him to
Cheers
death.
to Robert
Yeah.
Pastrana.
Cheers.
Cheers to
I like
Robert
it.
Pastrana. Hey, cheers to you, Travis. We really appreciate you coming on the show. You're one of our heroes. We love you, and this is incredible to have you.
Cheers. Hey, well,
Yeah.
thank you guys so much. It's an honor to be on the show, and definitely look forward to seeing you guys here shortly.
Yeah, I'm excited for some future
Fuck
stuff.
yeah.
It'll be a
the
fun time.
future is
Looks
going
good
to be
right
good.
now.
It does.
Scary.
It does.
Very scary.
One of the best shows we've had in Drinkin Bros history. Mr. Matt Best, Jared Taylor, Ross Patterson, and our special guest, Travis Pastrana. We are out of here. Wow, that was an awesome show. Good night, everyone.
Toodles!